Brother borrowed my cheap necklace. For his date, it was a $1 million company asset. The city hums beneath my penthouse window, a symphony of ambition and secrets, its lights flickering like stars trapped in a cage of steel and glass. I am Dakota, 32 years old, CEO of Celestial Gems, a name that evokes whispers of opulence and power in the world of luxury jewelry. But tonight, as I stand in my minimalist apartment, surrounded by the cool elegance of neutral tones and the faint scent of my balcony garden's lavender, I feel something else, a pulse of unease like a shadow moving just beyond my sight. My phone vibrates on the marble counter, a single message illuminating the screen. Hey sis, borrowed your cheap blue necklace for my date. Promise I'll bring it back. Jake. The words should make me smile. My younger brother Jake, with his boyish charm and reckless heart, has always danced on the edge of my carefully ordered life. But as my eyes linger on the word necklace, my breath catches, and the room seems to tilt. He didn't take just any trinket. He took the necklace, the azure sapphire, a 15-carat gem from the hidden mines of Kashmir, its royal blue depths said to hold whispers of ancient magic. It's not just a jewel. It's a $1 million company asset, the heart of our upcoming Azure collection, due to dazzle investors at tomorrow's VIP showcase. My fingers tremble as I dial security, my voice steady, but my mind racing with questions. How did he get it? Why would he take it? And what does he know? Celestial Gems wasn't born in a day. It took a decade of relentless work, starting from a cramped boutique in Manhattan's underbelly, where I sketched designs by candlelight, my fingers stained with ink and dreams. Now our headquarters span the 40th floor of a glass tower overlooking Central Park, its floor-to-ceiling windows framing a city that bows to those who dare to claim it. I oversee 200 employees, manage assets worth millions, and carry the weight of a legacy I built from nothing. But every empire has its cracks, and mine lies in the tangled bond with my brother Jake, 7 years my junior, whose charm masks a chaos I've never fully understood. The azure sapphire isn't just a necklace, it's a masterpiece. Forged by our master craftsman Lucas over 3 months, its 36 diamonds encircle the sapphire like stars, orbiting a cosmic void. The gem itself is rumored to carry a curse or a blessing, depending on who you ask. Old texts speak of its origins in a forgotten temple, where priests believed it could amplify the wearer's deepest desires, for better or worse. I dismissed the tales as marketing fodder, but standing here now with the necklace gone, I wonder if I was too quick to scoff. The piece was meant to be the star of tomorrow's presentation, a gateway to the Asian market where investors hunger for symbols of power and prestige. Our security protocols are ironclad biometric locks. 2 executive signatures armed escorts for anything valued over $100,000. Yet last night I broke my own rules. I brought the necklace home. It was a rare lapse, one I justified as devotion to perfection. My apartment, with its sleek furniture and abstract art, is my sanctuary, a place to escape the relentless demands of my title. But lately, the line between home and office has frayed. Midnight emails, breakfast conference calls, and now a $1 million gem left on my vanity table, its custom case gleaming under the soft glow of my desk lamp. I'd been reviewing the Azure Collection's marketing materials until 2 a.m., the sapphire's deep blue pulling me into its depths, as if it whispered secrets I wasn't ready to hear. I locked it in, its case the key tucked safely on my keychain, and went to bed exhausted, but certain it was secure. Or so I thought. Jake's presence in my life is a riddle I've never solved. He moved to New York 3 years ago, chasing dreams of acting that never materialized, drifting through bartending jobs, and crashing on friends' couches. At 24, he carries the reckless charm our parents always indulged, the baby of the family, whose apologetic smile could melt any consequence. My ex-husband Brad called it the Jake cycle, a desperate plea for help, a loan for rent, a promise to change, followed by silence until the next crisis. Brad's warnings linger even after our divorce. 18 months ago, you can't save someone who thrives on drowning. Yet when Jake showed up at my door 6 months ago, fresh from a breakup and another lost job, I handed him the spare key to my guest room. Temporary, I told myself. But with Jake, temporary has a way of becoming eternal. He comes and goes at odd hours, disappearing for days with stories that shift like smoke. I set clear rules. Stay out of my work, my office, my world. The guest room is at the opposite end of the hallway, a deliberate boundary between my personal life and the empire I've built. There were small infractions, a missing charger, a coffee stain on a contract draft, but nothing to warrant suspicion. Until now, the sapphire was locked in its case, the key in my purse. How did he get it? My mind churns replaying this morning's rush, showering, rehearsing my presentation, answering emails. I was distracted, my focus splintered. Did I leave my purse unattended? Did Jake, with his thief's touch, slip into my room while the water ran? The vanity table now holds an empty case, its velvet interior a cruel mockery of the sapphire's absence. Next to it, Jake's note in his messy scrawl, "Borrowed your blue necklace for tonight. Looks expensive, but I know it's costume jewelry. Will return tomorrow. Thanks, sis." Costume jewelry. The assumption is so quintessentially Jake blind to the empire I've built, to the weight of every choice I make. He's seen the press the headlines about celestial gems rise, yet he thinks my life is a game, my treasures mere props. But there's something else in his words, a faint dissonance that pricks my instincts. Jake's never been careless with valuables before, not like this. Is he truly that naive, or is there something he's not saying? I pace the apartment, the city's pulse syncing with my own. My fingers hover over my phone, hesitating. Calling the police feels like crossing a line. I can't uncross, but every second the necklace is gone risks everything: my company, my reputation, my future. I dial Olivia, head of security, her voice sharp and efficient. "Dakota, what's wrong?" I take a breath, steadying the tremor in my chest. The azure sapphire is missing. Jake took it. Her silence is a blade cutting through my composure. "Implement theft protocol," she says finally. "I'll be there in 10. As I wait, the sapphire's lore creeps into my thoughts. The old texts claimed it could reveal truths, expose desires, even bend fate to the wearer's will. I'd laughed it off, but now with the gem in Jake's hands, I feel a chill. What does he want, to impress a date as his note claims? Or is there something darker, something hidden in the shadows of his charm? I glance at the city skyline, its lights now menacing like eyes watching my every move. Jake has always been a puzzle, but tonight I sense a deeper game one where I'm not just the CEO, but a player in a mystery I don't yet understand. I am Dakota forged in ambition, tempered by sacrifice. But as I stand on the edge of this crisis, I feel a spark within me, a quiet power that's been dormant too long. Whatever Jake's done, whatever secrets he's hiding, I'll uncover them. The sapphire may be gone, but I am not defenseless. This is my empire, my story, and I will fight to protect it, even if it means facing the brother I love and the truths I fear. The silence in my penthouse is deafening, the kind that presses against your skin, heavy with secrets. I stand frozen by the vanity table, the empty jewelry case staring back at me like an accusation. The velvet interior, molded to the shape of the azure sapphire, is a void where my company's future should be. Jake's note lies beside it, his careless scrawl a mockery of the chaos he's unleashed. "Borrowed your blue necklace for tonight. Looks expensive, but I know it's costume jewelry. Will return tomorrow." "Thanks, sis." costume jewelry. The words burn, not just for their ignorance, but for the nagging question they raise. Jake's never been this reckless, or has he? My instincts, honed by years of navigating boardrooms and betrayals, whisper that there's more to this than a brother's foolish whim. I clutch the note, my fingers trembling, not with fear, but with a rising fury, a spark of something ancient and unyielding within me. The city beyond my window pulses its lights, flickering like a warning. I need answers, and I need them now. My purse lies on the counter, its contents untouched since I rushed out this morning for an 8-0 strategy meeting. I check it heart-pounding and find my keychain minus the key to the Sapphire's case. It's gone just like the necklace. Jake didn't just stumble upon it. He planned this, rifled through my things while I was distracted, showering mentally, rehearsing my presentation to investors. The violation cuts deeper than I expect as betrayal that feels personal, deliberate, almost calculated. I grab my phone, dialing Jake's number. It rings once, twice, then cuts to voicemail, his cheerful voice mocking me. "Yo, it's Jake. Leave a message or don't. Whatever." I hang up, my pulse racing. The sapphire isn't just a jewel. It's the heart of Celestial Gems' Azure collection, a 15-carat masterpiece from Kashmir's hidden mines, rumored to hold a power that bends desires to reality. I dismissed the lore as superstition, but now, with the gem in Jake's hands, I wonder if its whispers drew him in, or if something else did. I try his number again. Voicemail. My fingers hover over Olivia's contact, but I hesitate. Calling security means admitting I've lost control, that I've let a $1 million asset slip through my fingers. But every second I wait, the sapphire slips further away, and with it, my empire. I pace the apartment, the minimalist decor, clean lines, neutral tones, abstract art, feeling sterile a facade of control. My balcony garden, where I grow lavender and sage to calm my mind, offers no solace tonight. The line between home and office has always been thin, but I've let it fray dangerously. Midnight emails, breakfast calls, and now a priceless gem left on my vanity, while I burned through marketing materials until 2 a.m. I remember locking the case, tucking the key into my purse, but this morning's rush makeup emails presentation prep left me vulnerable. Jake must have seen his chance slipping into my room like a shadow while the shower ran his fingers quick and silent. But why to impress a date as his note claims? Or is there a deeper game, one I can't yet see? I call Olivia. Her voice is sharp a blade, cutting through my panic. "Dakota, what's the situation?" I swallow, forcing calm into my words. The azure sapphire is gone. Jake took it from my apartment this morning. Her silence is a storm gathering. "You brought it home." The accusation stings, but I don't flinch. "Yes, my mistake. But we need to act now. I'm activating theft protocol," she says. "Stay put. I'm sending a team to your apartment and we're locking down the office." She pauses, her tone softening slightly. "Dakota, if Jake has it, we need to know where he is. Fast." I nod, though she can't see me. I'm on it. I open the family tracking app, a relic from last year, when Jake vanished for a week after a bad breakup. He never disabled it, or perhaps never cared to check. The blue dot pulses on my screen, moving along 5th Avenue, then stopping at Lasserk, the kind of restaurant where reservations cost more than most people's rent. Jake, with his bartender's salary, couldn't afford a glass of water there. He's playing a part using my sapphire to dazzle someone important. But who and why risk everything for a single night? The app's dot flickers, as if taunting me with its certainty. I pull up Jake's Instagram, ignoring the privacy warnings I've given him 100 times. His recent stories show selfies with a stunning blonde tagged as Vanessa Carlton, daughter of real estate titan Frederick Carlton. Her posts drip with privilege, private jets, champagne brunches, Homes like museum exhibits. Jake's chasing status, but the sapphire's theft feels too bold, too precise for a simple date. I scroll further my eyes, catching on a cryptic comment under one of Jake's posts. Careful with shiny things. J. They come with strings. The user, a burner account with no profile picture, sends a chill down my spine. Strings. What strings is Jake in deeper than I thought? I screenshot the comment, my mind racing. The sapphire's lore creeps back its ability to amplify desires to reveal truths. Did Jake take it for Vanessa? Or is he caught in something bigger? Something that's been watching me, watching us. I shake off the thought, but it lingers a shadow I can't dismiss. Back at the office, the 40th floor is a hive of controlled chaos. My team buzzes around the conference room, preparing for the investor presentation. Vincent, our CFO, adjusts currency exchange projections, while the marketing team finalizes slides showcasing the sapphire's brilliance. I slip into my corner office, the skyline a stark reminder of what's at stake. My phone buzzes with a text from Megan, my assistant ready to pick up the necklace whenever you need. My heart stops. Megan was supposed to retrieve it this morning, but she didn't. I call her, my voice tight. Megan, did you go to my apartment today? A pause. No. You texted me not to. Said you'd bring it yourself. My blood runs cold. I sent no such text. I open my messaging app and there it is. A text from my phone at 7:15 a.m. Don't worry about picking up the necklace. I'll bring it myself. No need to come to the apartment. Jake. He used my phone while I was in the shower, ensuring no one would notice the necklace's absence until it was too late. The deception is meticulous, a calculated move that doesn't align with the carefree brother I know. My office feels smaller. The walls closing in as I realize this isn't just a mistake. Jake wanted the sapphire gone, at least for today. But why, what's he hiding? I call the concierge at my building. Did Jake leave this morning? The answer is quick. Yes, ma'am, around 10 a.m. Looked like he was dressed for something fancy. Of course. Lasserk. Vanessa. The sapphire gleaming against her throat, a lie wrapped in luxury. I try Jake's number again, but it's still voicemail. My fingers itch to call the police, but I hesitate, the weight of our shared history pulling me back. Jake's always been reckless, but this feels different, calculated, almost orchestrated. The cryptic Instagram comment flashes in my mind. They come with strings. Is someone pulling Jake's strings, or is he pulling mine? I close my office door, leaning against it, my breathing shallow. The sapphire's absence isn't just a financial disaster. It's a betrayal that cuts to my core. The investors arriving in an hour expect the Azure collection's centerpiece. Its image plastered across marketing materials, mocked up on celebrities' necks. Without it, Celestial Gem's reputation, my reputation, crumbles. I think of Brad's warning, you can't save someone who enjoys drowning. But what if Jake isn't drowning? What if he's swimming in waters? I can't see dragging me under with him. Olivia bursts in her face a mask of urgency. Dakota, we've got a problem. The sapphire wasn't checked into secure storage this morning. Protocol requires immediate escalation. Her eyes search mine, looking for weakness. I meet her gaze, my voice steady, despite the storm inside. I know. Jake took it. He thinks it's costume jewelry. Her jaw tightens. Doesn't matter what he thinks. It's theft. We need to notify the police. I nod, but my heart screams, no, give me an hour to reach him. I say a plea disguised as a command. She checks her watch. 1 hour, then I'm calling it in. Company policy. As she leaves, I pull up the tracking app again. The blue dot hasn't moved still at Lasserk. I imagine Jake there, laughing the sapphire, catching the candlelight, Vanessa entranced. But the image shifts, tainted by doubt. What if the sapphire's power isn't a myth? What if Jake took it not for vanity, but for something else? Something tied to that cryptic comment to debts or deals I don't yet know. My hand brushes the empty case on my desk, brought from the apartment in a haze of panic. It feels warm, as if the sapphire left an echo of its presence. I shake off the thought, but it clings a whisper of something beyond my control. I am Dakota Architect of an empire guardian of secrets I didn't know I kept. The sapphire is gone, but I feel its pull, a thread tying me to Jake, to truths I'm not ready to face. I grab my coat, my resolve hardening. Whatever game he's playing, I'll find him. I'll uncover what he's hiding, even if it means stepping into the shadows of my own making. The city waits, its secrets pulsing in time with my heart. This isn't just about a necklace. It's about power betrayal and the strength I'll need to reclaim both. The clock on my office wall ticks like a heartbeat each second, a reminder that the azure sapphire, my company's crown jewel, a $1 million artifact, rumored to bend fate itself, is slipping further from my grasp. I stand in my corner office, the Manhattan skyline sprawling before me, its lights sharp as knives. My team buzzes in the conference room beyond, oblivious to the storm brewing within me. Vincent, my CFO, is fine-tuning projections for our Asian market expansion, while the marketing team polishes slides that feature the sapphire's hypnotic blue. In less than an hour, investors will arrive expecting to see the centerpiece of our azure collection. Without it, celestial gems could crumble. And Jake, my brother, the charming chaos I've always shielded, holds the key to this disaster. My phone sits heavy in my hand, the family tracking app's blue dot pulsing at Lasserk, a restaurant where dreams are bought with wealth Jake doesn't have. His Instagram stories littered with selfies alongside Vanessa Carlton. Daughter of real estate magnate Frederick Carlton, reveal a desperate bid for status. But the cryptic comment I found earlier, careful with shiny things, Jay. They come with strings, gnaws, at me, strings. The word feels like a warning, a thread leading to a truth I can't yet see. The sapphire's lore creeps into my thoughts, its rumored power to amplify desires, to unveil hidden truths. Did Jake take it for Vanessa? Or is he entangled in something darker, something that's been watching us both? I pace my heels, clicking against the polished floor, the sound grounding me as my mind spirals. Jake's deception, stealing the necklace, taking my key, sending a fake text from my phone to keep Megan away, feels too precise for his usual recklessness. He's always been a storm, but this feels orchestrated as if someone else is conducting the chaos. My fingers hover over Olivia's number, the head of security, but I hesitate. Calling the police means crossing a line, turning my brother into a criminal in the eyes of the world. Yet every moment I wait, the sapphire's absence threatens to unravel everything I've built. I am Dakota CEO of Celestial Gems, forged in ambition and sacrifice, but now I feel a deeper power stirring within me, a quiet, unyielding strength that refuses to break. I dial Olivia. Update me, she says, her voice a steel blade. Jake's at Lasserk with the sapphire, I reply, keeping my tone even. I'm tracking him via an app. He's with Vanessa Carlton, likely wearing the necklace to impress her. Olivia's breath catches a rare crack in her composure. Lasserk. That's high profile. If this goes public, it's a PR nightmare. I'm escalating to theft protocol level 2 NYPD notification prep. You have 45 minutes to reach him before I make the call. Her words are a guillotine, but I nod unseen. I'm heading there now. I grab my coat, but before I leave, I open my laptop and dive deeper into Jake's digital trail. His Instagram is a curated lie, Smiles Cocktails, Vanessa's flawless beauty, but the burner account's comment keeps pulling me back. I search the username, Shadowed Cut, but it's a dead end. No posts, no followers, just a void. Yet the profile's creation date is recent 3 days ago, right after Jake mentioned a big date during one of his late-night rants in my guest room. A coincidence? My gut says no. I cross-reference Vanessa's profile. Her post's a parade of privilege, but one image stops me. Cold. A blurry photo from a week ago showing her at a private club, a man in the background with a familiar silhouette. Jake. No, someone else, taller, shadowed watching her. My heart races. Is Jake a pawn in a larger game, or is he playing me? I call Megan my assistant, needing confirmation. That text this morning, I say, the one telling you not to pick up the necklace. Did it seem off? She hesitates. It was your number, Dakota, but the phrasing was weird. Too casual, like it wasn't you. I should have checked. Her guilt mirrors mine, but I brush it aside. Not your fault. Stay on standby. The text was Jake's doing sent at 7:15 a.m. While I was in the shower, my phone left on the counter. But how did he unlock it? My passcode is biometric and he doesn't have my fingerprint. A cold realization hits someone else might. Someone with access, with knowledge, with a plan. I rush to the conference room where Vincent and the team are finalizing the presentation. We have a transport issue. I announce, my voice calm despite the storm inside. The showcase is delayed. Stall the investors' technical difficulties. Vincent's eyes narrow, sensing the lie, but he nods. How long? An hour. Maybe 2, I say, already moving toward the door. He grabs my arm. His voice low. Dakota, if this is about the sapphire, you need to tell me now. I meet his gaze, my resolve unyielding. It's under control. Trust me. He releases me, but his expression says he doesn't. In the elevator, I check the tracking app again. The blue dot hasn't moved still at Lasark. I imagine the sapphire around Vanessa's neck, its blue depths, catching the light, whispering secrets to those who dare listen. The old texts claimed it could reveal truths, but at what cost? My mind flashes to Jake's late-night stories, his laughter masking a hollowness I've ignored too long. He's been different lately, edgier, more secretive, disappearing for days, with excuses that don't add up. I thought it was just Jake being Jake, but now I wonder if he's caught in something I can't see, something tied to that shadowed figure in Vanessa's photo. I call Harold, our legal counsel, as my driver speeds toward Lasark. We have a potential security breach, I say, choosing my words carefully. The azure sapphire is missing, taken by Jake. He doesn't know its value. Harold's silence is heavy. Your brother, Dakota. This is a legal nightmare. If he's caught with it, it's grand larceny. You need to report it now. I'm handling it. I snap sharper than intended. Give me time to get it back discreetly. He sighs. You've got until the police are involved. After that, it's out of your hands. The drive to Lasark is a blur, the city's lights smearing into streaks of gold and shadow. My phone buzzes with a text from Vincent. Investors are restless. Peterson from the board is asking questions. What's the plan? I type back, delay them. I'm retrieving the asset. But doubt gnaws at me. Peterson, our most critical board member, has a nose for weakness. If he senses a scandal, he'll push for my head. I shove the thought aside, focusing on the blue dot now, a beacon pulling me toward answers, or ruin. I dig deeper into Vanessa's Instagram, searching for clues. A post from 2 days ago shows her at a gala, the sapphire's blue hue glinting in a candid shot. My breath catches. Jake didn't have the necklace then, unless he's been planning this longer than I thought. Or unless someone else had access to it, someone who knew its value. The sapphire's case was biometric, but our security system logs every access. I text Olivia, check the vault logs for unauthorized entries last week. Her reply is instant. On it. But Dakota, if Jake's involved, this could be bigger than you think. Her words echo my fears. The sapphire's theft isn't just a family betrayal. It's a crack in Celestial Gem's armor, exposing us to enemies I haven't yet named. I think of the company's rise from a tiny boutique to a glass tower built on my ability to anticipate threats. But Jake was always my blind spot. His charm a veil I never looked behind. Now that veil is lifting, revealing shadows I can't ignore. The cryptic comment, the shadowed figure, the sapphire's warmth when I touched its empty case. They're pieces of a puzzle, and I'm running out of time to solve it. My driver pulls up to Lasserk, its facade glowing with understated elegance. The blue dot hasn't moved, but my pulse races as I step out, the air thick with the city's pulse, and something else, a faint hum, like the sapphire's rumored power calling to me. I am Dakota Guardian of an empire, wielder of a strength I'm only beginning to understand. Jake may have taken the sapphire, but he's underestimated me. Whatever game he's playing, whoever's pulling the strings, I'll find them. The restaurant looms ahead, a stage for truths I'm not sure I'm ready to face, but I step forward, my resolve a flame that won't be extinguished. The city's pulse thrums through me as my driver weaves through Manhattan's arteries, the lights of Lasserk glowing like a beacon of reckoning ahead. My phone vibrates relentlessly. Vincent's texts about restless investors, Olivia's updates on the security team's movements, but I silence it, my focus narrowing to the blue dot on the family tracking app. Jake is still there at Lasserk, the azure sapphire, likely gleaming against Vanessa Carlton's throat, a lie masquerading as opulence. The sapphire, a 15-carat relic from Kashmir's hidden mines, rumored to whisper truths, and Ben Desires feels alive in my mind, its absence a wound I can't ignore. I am Dakota CEO of Celestial Gems, architect of an empire, but tonight I'm something more, a hunter, chasing a truth that threatens to unravel everything. The drive feels eternal, each red light a taunt, each honk a reminder of the ticking clock. Olivia's 45-minute deadline looms if I don't retrieve the sapphire before she calls. The NYPD, Jake becomes a criminal, and Celestial Gems a headline. My mind churns with questions. Why did Jake take it? The cryptic Instagram comment, careful with shiny things. Jade, they come with strings, echoes like a warning. The shadowed figure in Vanessa's gala photo, the missing key, the fake text from my phone. They're pieces of a puzzle, but the picture is still blurred. Is Jake a reckless fool, or a pawn in a game I haven't yet named? The sapphire's lure, its whispered power to amplify desires, clings to me. Did it draw Jake in, or is someone else pulling the strings? Lasserk's facade looms as we pull up its understated elegance, a stark contrast to the chaos unfolding outside. Two police cars flash their lights red and blue, slicing through the night. A crowd gathers on the sidewalk. Phones raised, whispers buzzing like flies. A woman mutters about a bomb threat. Another speculates about a celebrity scandal. They don't know they're witnessing the potential collapse of my empire, my family, my world. My driver opens the door, and I step out, the air, thick with tension, and that faint, inexplicable hum I felt earlier, as if the sapphire itself is calling. I flash my ID to the officer at the entrance, his face stern but yielding. "Miss Williams, this way," he says, ushering me inside. The dining room is a frozen tableau, its elegance shattered. Crystal chandeliers cast fractured light over half-cleared tables, patrons herded to the edges, their eyes wide with curiosity. In the center, surrounded by 3 officers, stands Jake. His suit is sharp borrowed from my guest room closet, but his face is pale eyes darting like a trapped animal. Beside him, Vanessa Carlton clutches her purse, the sapphire necklace glowing against her black dress, its blue depths capturing the light like a captive ocean. The sight of it, my company's heart, my brother's betrayal, ignites a fire in my chest, a blend of fury and something deeper, a power I can't name. Jake. My voice cuts through the silence, sharp and raw. His head snaps up, eyes widening, then narrowing in a flash of anger. Dakota! What the hell is this? He shouts, gesturing at the officers. Vanessa's hand rises to the necklace, her manicured fingers trembling. What's happening? She asks, her voice high with alarm. A detective steps forward, his face impassive, holding a padded security container. Sir, we need you to carefully remove the necklace from the lady and place it here, he says, his tone leaving no room for argument. Jake laughs, a sharp, incredulous sound that grates against my nerves. This is insane. It's my sister's necklace costume jewelry. Tell them, Dakota. His plea is desperate. But there's a flicker in his eyes, a shadow of something not quite honest. I step closer, my gaze locked on his. You took it from my apartment, Jake. From a locked case. You sent Megan a text from my phone to keep her away. You knew it wasn't yours. His face flushes, but he doubles down. I thought it was a sample. Why would you leave something worth $1 million just sitting out? It wasn't sitting out. I hiss, my voice low, but venomous. It was locked. You took my key, Jake. You crossed a line. His jaw tightens, and for a moment I see something new. Fear, yes, but also defiance, as if he's hiding more than guilt. The detective interrupts, his voice firm. Sir, the necklace is a 15-carat cashmere sapphire property of celestial gems, valued at approximately $1 million. Remove it now. Vanessa gasps, her hand jerking away from the sapphire as if it burned her. $1 million. Her eyes wide with shock turn accusingly to Jake. You said it was a family heirloom. The restaurant falls silent, every patron and waiter frozen their phones discreetly recording. I can feel the social media posts forming $1 million jewel heist. At La Cirque, each one a nail in my company's coffin. Jake's face twists, a mix of panic and rage. Dakota, tell them I didn't steal anything. You know me, but do I? The Jake I know is reckless, charming, always skating by on apologies. This Jake, calculated, deceptive, wearing my sapphire to impress a real estate heiress, feels like a stranger. The cryptic comment flashes in my mind, the shadowed figure in Vanessa's photo, the hum of the sapphire's empty case. Is he acting alone, or is someone else here, watching from the edges? My eyes scan the room, catching a man in a dark suit near the bar. His face half hidden, his posture too still. My gut twists. He's not a patron. He's watching. The detective steps closer, insistent. Sir, the necklace. Now. Vanessa, recovering from her shock, fumbles with the clasp, her fingers shaking. The sapphire falls free, its blue depths glinting as she hands it to the detective, who places it in the container with a reverence that mirrors my own. Two officers move toward Jake, one producing handcuffs. Jacob Williams, you are under arrest for grand larceny. The detective begins reciting Miranda rights. Jake's protests grow frantic. This is a mistake, Dakota, tell them. Tell them I'm your brother. The words lodge in my throat. Legally, he stole it, took it without permission, used my phone to cover his tracks, paraded it for personal gain. The CEO in me knows pressing charges is the only path to protect celestial gems. The sister in me sees the boy who used to make me laugh at family Christmases, now facing handcuffs because of me. The metallic click of the cuffs echoes louder than it should as an officer turns Jake around. His eyes meet mine, a storm of betrayal and anger, but beneath it a flicker of fear that cuts deeper than his words. I always knew your precious company meant more than family. He spits, twisting as the officers lead him toward the door. Thanks for proving me right. The accusation lands like a blade slicing through years of loans, lies, and unspoken love. I want to shout back to tell him I've covered for him, paid his debts, shielded him from our parents' worry, but my voice fails me. He's gone, escorted through the crowd of onlookers, their phones capturing every moment. Vanessa stands frozen tears streaking her perfect makeup, the sapphire's absence leaving her exposed. Olivia materializes beside me, taking the security container from the detective. It's secure, she whispers, her eyes scanning the room. But this is far from over. I nod my gaze, drifting to the man by the bar. He's gone, vanished like a shadow, but his presence lingers, a thread I can't yet pull. A flash blinds me. A reporter with a press badge, his camera snapping. Miss Williams, is it true your brother stole $1 million necklace? Another voice joins in. Was this an inside job? The questions multiply, a swarm of vultures drawn by the scent of scandal. Olivia signals our security team, who form a protective barrier around me, ushering me toward the exit. I catch a final glimpse of Vanessa, now surrounded by friends, their faces a mix of concern and thrill at the drama. Our eyes meet hers, filled with betrayal, mine, with a resolve I didn't know I had. As we reach the car, my phone lights up with a text from Harold Page. 6 already has it. Board wants an emergency meeting 8 a.m. tomorrow. The sapphire is safe in Olivia's hands, but Jake is in custody. My company is in crisis, and the wall between my personal and professional lives has collapsed in a blaze of light and shadow. I slide into the car, the city's hum fading as the door closes. The sapphire's case rests on Olivia's lap, its warmth palpable even from here. I close my eyes, and for a moment I see it. The gem's blue depths swirling with secrets whispering of desires and truths. Jake's words echo. Your company meant more than family. But there's more to this than family or empire. The shadowed man, the cryptic comment the sapphires pull. They're pieces of a game I'm only beginning to play. I am Dakota forged in ambition, tempered by betrayal, and now awakened to a power within me. Whatever Jake's hiding, whoever's watching, I'll face them. The restaurant fades behind us, but the battle is just beginning. The city's lights blur past the car window, a kaleidoscope of ambition and betrayal as we speed away from Lasark. The azure sapphire, now safe in its padded security container on Olivia's lap, pulses with an unnatural warmth, as if it's alive, watching me. My brother Jake is in police custody. His final words, "Your precious company meant more than family, cutting deeper than any blade." I am Dakota, CEO of Celestial Gems, a woman who built an empire from dreams and grit, but tonight I feel like a chess piece in a game I don't fully understand. The shadowed man at the bar, the cryptic Instagram comment, the sapphire's whispered power. They're threads in a tapestry of secrets, and I'm running out of time to unravel them. My phone lights up with notifications, each one a spark in a growing fire. Page 6 has already published CEO calls cops on brother in million-dollar jewel heist. The New York Post is less kind, family feud sparkles with scandal at Celestial Gems. Social media is a wildfire. Vanessa Carlton's Instagram story, a tearful selfie captioned, "Betrayed by a thief. Trust your instincts. Ladies has thousands of likes, each one a nail in my company's reputation." My inbox overflows with interview requests from tabloids to Business Insider, all hungry for the sordid details of the Williams family drama. I silence my phone, but the weight of the world's gaze presses against me heavier than the sapphire itself. Back at the office, the 40th floor is a fortress under siege. Olivia hands the security container to a vault technician, her eyes sharp with unspoken questions. The board's been notified, she says, her voice low. Peterson's demanding an emergency meeting at 8 a.m. tomorrow. He's livid. Edward Peterson, our largest investor, has a knack for smelling blood in the water. I nod my face, a mask of control, but inside, I'm drowning. The sapphire is back, but at what cost? My brother's freedom, my company's trust, my own certainty, all fractured in a single night. I retreat to my corner office, the skyline a cruel reminder of what I stand to lose. The empty jewelry case sits on my desk, brought from my apartment in a haze of panic. I touch it, and that strange warmth pulses again, a faint hum that seems to whisper my name. The sapphire's lore, its power to reveal truths, to amplify desires, feels less like myth now. Did it draw Jake to steal it? Or was he pushed by something else? Someone like the shadowed man I glimpsed at Lasserk. My mind replays the scene, his stillness, his sudden disappearance, the way his presence felt like a warning. I open my laptop, pulling up the screenshot of the Instagram comment. Careful with shiny things, J. They come with strings. The burner account shadowed cut is gone now, deleted, but its words linger like a curse. Vincent knocks, entering with Harold, our legal counsel, their faces grim. The stock's down 5% since the news broke, Vincent says, sliding a tablet toward me. The real-time ticker shows Celestial Gem's value plummeting, a red line slicing through my legacy. Our security protocols are compromised. Dakota! He continues, removing his glasses to pinch the bridge of his nose. A CEO's brother, stealing $1 million asset. That's not just a scandal. It's a death knell for a luxury brand built on trust. Harold nods his voice, measured but cutting. The board will hold you accountable. You took the sapphire home, a direct violation of protocol. The fact that it's Jake only complicates things. Legally, it's theft intent or not. The insurance company won't care about family ties. His words are a guillotine poised above my neck. I know what they're not saying. My leadership is in question. My position as CEO at risk. Can we delay notifying the police? I ask, desperation creeping into my voice. I need to talk to Jake first. Olivia, who's joined us, checks her watch. You've got 30 minutes left before protocol mandates law enforcement involvement. After that, it's out of our hands. I nod, my mind racing. I try Jake's phone again, but it's still voicemail. I send texts, each more urgent. Jake, call me. The necklace is worth $1 million. This is serious. Where are you? This is a company emergency. No response. The silence feels deliberate, as if he's hiding more than the sapphire. My phone buzzes with a voicemail from my mother, her voice trembling with anger. Dakota, how could you do this to your brother, calling the police like he's some criminal? We raised you better than this. Another follows from my father. Jake made a mistake, but family protects family. I don't even recognize you anymore. Their words are a knife twisting in my gut. For years, I've been Jake's safety net, paying his rent, covering his debts, shielding them from his chaos. Now I'm the villain for drawing a line. The unfairness burns, but beneath it a spark of resolve ignites. I've carried their expectations too long, and I'm done bending under their weight. The boardroom looms as I prepare for the emergency meeting. I pace, replaying Jake's arrest, his accusation that I chose my company over him. But there's something else in his eyes. Fear, yes, but also a flicker of calculation, as if he's playing a role. The shadowed man at Lasserk, the deleted burner account, the sapphire's hum. They're clues to a puzzle I can't solve yet. I check the vault logs. Olivia sent no unauthorized access last week, but a maintenance check 3 days ago flagged an anomaly. A brief power flicker in the biometric system. Someone with access could have bypassed it. Not Jake. He's never been near the vault. But someone else. Someone with strings. A text from Megan interrupts my thoughts. Investors are leaving. Peterson's online one demanding answers. I pick up the phone, my voice steady despite the chaos. Mr. Peterson, we're addressing a transport issue with the Azure collection. The showcase is rescheduled for next week. His tone is ice. Transport issue. Dakota. The news is everywhere. Your brother stole $1 million necklace, and you're calling it a transport issue. The board expects a full explanation tomorrow. I hang up my hands, trembling, but not with fear. With a growing fire, a power I feel rising within me, as if the sapphire's absence has awakened something dormant. The office hums with whispers as I pass through my staff's conversations, halting when I approach. Their glances are sympathetic, but guarded the gossip already spreading. I overhear a snippet, her own brother. How did she not see it coming? The question stings because I've asked it myself. Jake's always been my blind spot, his charm a veil over his chaos. But now that veil is tearing, revealing shadows I can't ignore. I think of Brad's warning years ago. You can't save someone who enjoys drowning. But what if Jake isn't drowning? What if he's swimming in a current? I can't see pulling me under with him. I return to my office, closing the door against the world. The empty case on my desk seems to pulse its warmth stronger now, almost beckoning. I touch it, and a vision flashes brief, sharp, like a shard of glass, the sapphire glowing in darkness, surrounded by hands I don't recognize. I pull back, my heart pounding. Was it a memory? A dream? Or something else? The sapphire's lore speaks of revealing truths, but this feels like a warning, a glimpse of a truth I'm not ready to face. My phone buzzes again this time with a news alert. Celestial Gems in crisis, CEO's brother arrested in high-profile theft. The article mentions Vanessa's Instagram post, now viral, and speculates about insider threats to my company. The words twist the knife deeper, but they also fuel the fire within me. I call Olivia. What's the status on Jake? Her voice is clipped. He's at the precinct booked for grand larceny. The police are taking it seriously. $1 million isn't petty theft. They want your statement. I hesitate, the sister in me warring with the CEO. And the vault anomaly, I ask. Still investigating, she says. But Dakota, that flicker, could mean someone tampered with the system. Not Jake. He doesn't have access, but someone who knows our protocols. Her words confirm my fears. This isn't just about Jake. Someone else is out there pulling strings I can't yet see. As the deadline approaches, I make the call I've dreaded. Olivia, implement full security protocol. Contact the NYPD. My voice is hollow, but my resolve is steel. The sapphire is back, but the cost is mounting my brother's freedom, my company's reputation, my family's trust. The board meeting tomorrow will be a battlefield, and I need to be ready. I open my laptop, pulling up Vanessa's Instagram again. A new story catches my eye, a cryptic image of a dark alley captioned, "Some shadows follow you forever." No tags, no context, but my gut screams it's connected. The shadowed man, the burner account, the vault anomaly. They're pieces of a larger game, and Jake's theft is only the opening move. I am Dakota forged, in ambition tempered by betrayal, and now awakened to a power I don't fully understand. The sapphire's hum lingers in my mind, a call to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. My company hangs in the balance. My family is fractured, and an unseen enemy watches from the shadows. But I'm not defenseless. Tomorrow, I'll face the board, my parents, the world. Tonight, I prepare for war, guided by a strength that's been waiting to rise. The city's pulse syncs with mine, and I know this isn't the end. It's the beginning of a fight I was born to win. The city's heartbeat fades as I drive across the bridge to Brooklyn, the skyline receding into a constellation of secrets. It's Sunday morning, a week since Jake's arrest at Lasark, and the silence between us has grown heavier than the sapphire itself. The azure sapphire, now locked in Celestial Gem's vault, still haunts me. Its warmth, its hum, the fleeting vision of shadowed hands that flickered when I touched its empty case. I am Dakota, CEO of an empire teetering on the edge, a sister torn between love and betrayal, and a woman awakening to a power I don't yet understand. Jake's words, your company meant more than family, echo in my mind. But so does the mystery, the shadowed man at Lasark, the deleted shadowed cut Instagram account, the vault anomaly. This isn't just about a necklace, it's about truths buried deeper than I've dared to look. Jake's new apartment is in a gritty corner of Brooklyn, a walk-up in a neighborhood caught between decay and gentrification. Our parents co-signed the lease after he refused to return to my penthouse. His rejection, a silent accusation. I park the engine's hum, replaced by the city's low growl, and climb the creaking stairs. My knuckles rap on his door. 3 sharp knocks. Silence. Then the shuffle of feet a lock turning, and Jake appears a ghost of the brother I know. His eyes are shadowed hair, unwashed, a faded Knicks t-shirt hanging loose on his frame. Behind him, the apartment is a wasteland of moving boxes, takeout containers, and a mattress on the floor, a stark contrast to my polished world. What do you want? His voice is rough-edged with bitterness. I meet his gaze my own steady, despite the storm inside. We need to talk. Jake. Now. He laughs, a bitter sound that cuts like glass. Now you want to talk. After you had me arrested in front of Vanessa, in front of the whole damn city. I keep my voice level, though my heart pounds. Are you going to make me have this conversation in the hallway? He hesitates, then steps aside with a mocking gesture. Welcome to my palace, sis. Not quite your penthouse, but I don't have $1,000,000 jewels lying around. The apartment smells of stale coffee and regret. I sit on a wobbly wooden chair, the only seat not buried under clothes or boxes. Jake remains standing, arms crossed, his defensiveness a wall between us. The air feels thick-charged, as if the sapphire's hum followed me here. I've come for answers, but the weight of our history, years of bailing him out, hiding his messes, carrying the family's expectations, presses against me. Why Jake? I ask, my voice soft but unyielding. Why did you take the sapphire? Why lie about it? He paces, running a hand through his hair. Isn't it obvious I needed to impress Vanessa? I thought it was just a sample, something you'd never miss. I didn't know it was worth $1,000,000. His words are rehearsed too smooth, and I catch the flicker in his eyes, a lie hiding in plain sight. There's more to it, I say, leaning forward. Vanessa called me, said you've been talking, saying things about me, about celestial gems. She thinks you have a vendetta. His posture stiffens, a deer caught in headlights. So, what if I do? He snaps. You had me arrested, Dakota. In public. Do you have any idea what that was like? I can't imagine. I admit, my voice steady, but my heart breaking. But I don't understand why you took it in the first place. You know my work, my rules. You knew not to touch my things. He stops, pacing his back to me, shoulders tense. You want to know why? Really, his voice rises, years of resentment spilling over. Because for once, I wanted to be the one people looked at, not Dakota the prodigy, the CEO who built an empire from nothing. Just once, I wanted Vanessa to see me with respect, admiration, not pity. His words hit like a physical blow, raw and unfiltered. All these years, I thought I was helping him, paying his rent, covering his debts, writing reference letters. I never saw the shadow my success cast over him, a darkness he's been drowning in. Jake, I say softly, I didn't know you felt that way. He turns, his eyes blazing. Of course you didn't. You're too busy being perfect, running your empire, fixing my messes. Poor Jake. The screw-up always needing his big sister to save him. The accusation stings, but it's not the whole truth. That's not fair, I say, my voice rising despite myself. I worked 2 jobs to put myself through business school. I built celestial gems while you partied through your 20s. I paid your rent. Your car loan, told Mom and Dad it was handled so they wouldn't worry. You thought that was their money. It was mine, Jake. I protected you. He stares, stunned, as if seeing me for the first time. I didn't know, he mumbles, his voice cracking. There's more, he says finally. So quiet, I have to strain to hear. I owe money. A lot. My stomach drops. How much he winces, avoiding my eyes. 40,000. The number lands like a stone. 40,000. Jake, how he slumps onto the mattress, defeated. Gambling. Started with poker nights, then sports betting, online casinos. I thought I could win it back, but He trails off, the classic gambler's delusion laid bare. Who do you owe? I ask, dreading the answer. Some guys. He says, his voice hollow, not the kind with payment plans. They gave me until the end of the month. The pieces click together, his desperation, the sapphire Vanessa's wealth. He wasn't just trying to impress her. He was looking for a lifeline. But there's more, a shadow behind his words. There's something else, I say, my intuition flaring, that same spark I felt when I touched the sapphire's case. You knew the necklace was valuable. You admitted it to me. His eyes snapped to mine, wide with shock, then narrow. What are you talking about? I know you Googled celestial gems that morning. I say, my voice steady but sharp. You saw the press release about the Azure collection. You knew it wasn't costume jewelry. The air thickens, charged with the weight of his confession. He looks away, then back his gaze hard. Yeah, I knew, he admits, his voice low. Not $1 million, but I knew it was worth something. I figured you'd cover for me like always. The company's insured, right? No real harm done. No real harm. My voice rises, a fire igniting within me. The board's questioning my leadership. Our stock's tanking. Partners are pulling out. My career, everything I've built is on the line. And you thought I'd just cover for you. He stands, anger radiating from him. All you care about is your precious empire. God forbid anything threatens celestial gems. I'm glad this happened. It showed me where I stand. Below your bottom line. That's not true, I say, my voice shaking with emotion. You have no idea what I've sacrificed for you, for this family. He laughs, bitter and sharp. Sacrificed. You act like you're better than me, judging every choice I make. Every time you bail me out, it's a reminder I'm a failure. Poor Jake can't handle his own life. His words cut deep, exposing a truth I've avoided my help. My love has been a chain around his neck, a constant reminder of his inadequacy. I'm sorry if that's how it felt. I say quietly, my anger softening into sorrow. That was never my intention. He deflates, sitting back on the mattress, exhaustion replacing rage. Intentions don't count for much, do they? I didn't mean to cause this mess, but here we are. The silence stretches a chasm of hurt and misunderstanding between us. I think of the sapphire, its hum, its vision of shadowed hands. There's more to this, Jake. I say, my voice firm. The vault anomaly. The Instagram comment. They come with strings. Who's pulling them? Who are these guys you owe? His face pales, and for a moment I see fear real and raw. I don't know their names, he says, his voice barely audible. They found me after a poker game, said they knew about you, about celestial gems. They offered to clear my debt if I got them something valuable. My blood runs cold. The sapphire. He nods, eyes fixed on the floor. They didn't say what, just that it had to be big. I saw your press release, saw the necklace at your place, and I took it. I thought I could give it to them. Clear my debt, impress Vanessa. 2 birds, 1 stone. The revelation hits like a tidal wave. Jake wasn't just reckless. He was manipulated, targeted because of me, because of celestial gems. The shadowed man at Lasark, the burner account, the vault flicker. They're not coincidences. Someone's been watching, planning, using Jake as a pawn to strike at my empire. Who are they? Jake? I demand, my voice sharp with the power rising within me. What do they want? He shakes his head, desperation in his eyes. I don't know. They contact me through burner phones, cryptic messages. I was scared, Dakota. I didn't know what else to do. The room feels too small, the air thick with betrayal and danger. I think of the sapphire's vision, the hands reaching for it. Was it a warning? A glimpse of these shadowy figures, my intuition, that spark I've felt since the theft flares brighter, urging me to dig deeper. There's one more thing, I say, my voice steady. You lied about working for celestial gems. Applied to Gemstone International, our biggest rival, claiming you were a consultant for 2 years. His head snaps up, genuine shock in his eyes. How did you? Their HR called to verify your employment, I cut in. You lied, Jake. Why? He looks away, embarrassed. I needed a job. They wouldn't look at a bartender's resume. I thought, maybe I could get in, learn something, prove I'm not just your screw-up brother. His honesty disarms me, but it also deepens the mystery. Was his application a coincidence, or part of the same web that led to the Sapphire's theft? The weight of our history presses down my parents' indulgence, my enabling his resentment. Mom and Dad always said I was the serious one. I say more to myself than him. The one who didn't know how to have fun. They cleaned up your messes, gave you cars, excused your failures. But me, I was held to a different standard. Jake stares at the floor. You were perfect, he mutters. You didn't need their help. I laugh a bitter sound. Perfect. I built this company while you partied. I lied to protect you, kept your debts from them. But I can't anymore. He looks up, a flicker of shame crossing his face. I didn't know how much you did, he says. I thought you just saw me as a burden. The admission breaks something in me, but it also strengthens my resolve. Jake, I love you, but this stealing, lying, dealing with dangerous people, it stops now. You need help, real help. He nods, his voice barely audible. I know. The gambling, it's out of control. I need help, Dakota. It's the first time he's admitted it, a crack in the wall between us. But the danger isn't over. The shadowy figures, the vault, anomaly, the Sapphire's pull, they're still out there watching. I stand my resolve, a flame that won't be extinguished. We'll get you help, I say. But this time there's accountability. For both of us. And we're going to find out who's behind this. He nods, exhaustion and relief mingling in his eyes. As I leave, the city's pulse syncs with mine, and I feel the Sapphires hum, a call to face the shadows and claim my power. The boardroom on the 40th floor of Celestial Gem's headquarters feels like a battlefield, its glass walls framing a city that watches my every move. The azure sapphire, now secure in its vault, hums faintly in my mind, a reminder of the truths it's forced me to face. I stand at the head of the table facing Edward Peterson and the board, their eyes sharp with judgment. Jake's arrest, the media storm, and the 5% stock drop have left scars on my empire. But I am Dakota, forged in ambition, tempered by betrayal, and now burning with a power I'm beginning to understand. The Sapphire's warmth, its whispered visions have awakened something in me, a strength that will not bend even under the weight of their scrutiny. Peterson leans forward, his voice cold as steel. Dakota, your brother's theft exposed a critical flaw in our security. You took the Sapphire home, violating protocol. Why should we trust your leadership? The question is a gauntlet thrown to test my resolve. I meet his gaze, my voice steady. Because I take full responsibility. I made a mistake, but I've built a plan to ensure it never happens again. I slide a folder across the table, its contents outlining a comprehensive security overhaul, biometric upgrades, GPS tracking for high-value assets, and third-party audits. This isn't just damage control, I say. It's a commitment to making Celestial Gems the industry standard for trust and innovation. Vincent. My CFO nods subtly, a flicker of support in his eyes. Harold, our legal counsel, speaks next. The insurance deductible is $50,000. We need to address liability. I take a breath, the Sapphire's hum steadying me. I'll cover the deductible personally and forfeit my annual bonus. This company is my life, and I won't let one mistake define it. The room shifts, murmurs of surprise rippling through the board. Peterson's expression softens, but only slightly. Bold, but risky. What about the PR disaster clients are pulling out? and the Asian investors are reconsidering. I am handling that too. I say projecting confidence I barely feel. I've scheduled a trip to Paris next week to meet with our European partners and address their concerns. Transparency is our strength. We'll own this, learn from it, and come back stronger. The board exchanges glances, some skeptical, others intrigued. I feel the sapphire's pulse as if it's urging me forward, amplifying my resolve. One more thing, I add my voice firm. I'm establishing an employee crisis fund, seeded with my personal contribution and matched by executive donations. It'll support staff facing personal hardships, because a strong company starts with a strong team. The proposal lands like a spark in dry grass, igniting cautious approval. Olivia, standing by the door, gives me a rare nod, her eyes gleaming with respect. The board agrees to a provisional vote of confidence, but Peterson's parting words are a warning. Fix this, Dakota, or we'll have to reconsider your role. As they file out, I exhale the weight of their trust, both a burden and a fuel. The sapphire's hum lingers, a reminder that my fight isn't over, not with the board, not with the shadows still lurking. Back in my office, I face another battlefield, my family. My parents' voicemails accusing me of betraying Jake still sting, but Jake's confession in his apartment has shifted something in me. He admitted to a $40,000 gambling debt, to shadowy figures who targeted him, because of me, to stealing the sapphire under their influence. The revelation that someone used my brother to strike at celestial gems chills me, but it also clarifies my path. I can't keep shielding him, nor can I let our parents' enabling continue. I call them my voice steady, despite the tremor in my heart. Mom, Dad, we need to talk. I begin pacing before the skyline. My mother's voice is sharp, defensive. Dakota, you turned your brother into a criminal. How could you? I take a breath. The sapphire's warmth grounding me. I didn't turn him into anything. Jake stole $1 million necklace, lied about it, and put my company at risk. He's struggling, yes, but protecting him means facing the truth, not hiding it. My father's silence is heavy, but my mother pushes back. He's your brother. Family comes first. Family doesn't mean enabling. I say, my voice rising with a strength I didn't know I had. I've covered his debts, his mistakes for years. You've excused him, given him cars, ignored his gambling. It's time we stop. Jake needs help, real help, not bailouts. The line crackles with tension, but I press on. I'm setting up family counseling. We all need to change how we deal with this, or we'll lose him for good. My mother's sob breaks the silence, but my father speaks, his voice softer. We didn't realize how much you've done. It's not an apology, but it's a start. They agree to counseling, an uneasy truce that feels like a crack in the wall between us. Jake's situation is more complex. At the precinct, I learn he's accepted a plea deal: restitution, 200 hours of community service, and mandatory gambling addiction treatment. He'll repay the bail our parents posted, a condition I insisted on. I visit him. Before his release, the precinct's sterile walls, a stark contrast to the chaos of Lasark. He looks smaller, his bravado gone, but there's a flicker of resolve in his eyes. I'm sorry, Dakota, he says, his voice raw. I didn't want to hurt you. I was in deep, and those guys, they knew things about you, about the company. My pulse quickens. What things? He shakes his head. They didn't say much, just that you had something they wanted. The sapphire was my way out. The shadowy figures again. The shadowed cut account. The vault anomaly. The man at Lasark. They're pieces of a puzzle I'm still solving. Jake, I say, leaning closer. You need to tell me everything you know about them. He nods, but his fear is palpable. They called me on a burner phone, gave me a drop point that never happened. I don't know their names, but they're connected: big money, big power. I feel the sapphires hum, a pulse urging me to dig deeper. We'll figure it out, I say, my voice firm. But you focus on treatment. No more lies. He nods a tentative promise, and for the first time I see a spark of the brother I used to know. The Paris trip is a whirlwind, a test of my endurance and resolve. I meet with our European partners, my transparency disarming their skepticism. We've faced a crisis, I tell them, standing in a gilded conference room overlooking the Seine, but we're stronger for it. Our new security protocols and crisis fund show our commitment to excellence and compassion. The sapphire displayed via hologram to avoid transport risks captivates them, its blue depths shimmering with a power I now feel in myself. By the end, two partners recommit, and a new one signs on, expanding our reach. The Asian investors, reassured by my outreach, confirm their partnership. Celestial Gems is battered, but unbroken, its stock stabilizing as the headlines fade. Back in New York, I implement the Employee Crisis Fund, a beacon of hope for my team. At a staff meeting, I share the initiative, my voice carrying a new certainty. We're more than a company, I say, meeting their eyes. We're a community. This fund is for you, for the unexpected, the personal, the moments when you need support. The applause is tentative at first, then thunderous, a reminder that trust can be rebuilt, one choice at a time. Olivia, ever stoic, pulls me aside after. The vault anomaly trace is complete, she whispers. It wasn't Jake. Someone hacked the biometric system remotely using a back door in our old software. We're closing it, but whoever did this is still out there. Her words confirm my fears. The theft was a move in a larger game, one targeting Celestial Gems, targeting me. The shadowed man, the burner phone, the sapphire's visions, they're not gone, just waiting. I touch the pendant. I now wear a simple silver piece I designed years ago, grounding me when the sapphire's hum grows too loud. My intuition, that spark of power, tells me the fight isn't over, but I'm ready. I've faced the board, my family, my own mistakes, and emerged stronger. With Jake, I set new boundaries. Weekly calls, no financial aid, only support for his recovery. He's enrolled in treatment, his first sessions showing promise. Our parents, though, resistant, attend counseling, confronting their role in our fractured dynamic. The rift between us is mending not with blind forgiveness, but with honesty and accountability. I return to my penthouse, the city's lights softer now, less menacing. The sapphire's case sits on my desk, its warmth a quiet companion. I don't open it, but I feel its pull, a reminder of the truths it's revealed and the power it's awakened in me. I am Dakota, no longer just a CEO or a sister, but a woman who's faced betrayal and emerged whole. The shadows are still out there, their strings taut, but I'm not afraid. The sapphire has shown me my strength, and I'll use it to protect my empire, my family, and myself. The city hums below a song of resilience, and I know this is not the end, but a new beginning, one I'll write on my own terms. The convention center in Chicago hums with the energy of 1,000 ambitions, its glass dome refracting sunlight into prisms that dance across the crowd. I stand at the podium, the weight of 1,000 eyes on me, but I feel no fear, only a quiet, unshakable strength, the kind forged in betrayal and tempered by truth. The azure sapphire, safely locked in Celestial Gems' vault, still lingers in my mind, its faint hum, a companion through the storm that nearly broke me. I am Dakota, no longer just the CEO of an empire or the sister of a troubled brother, but a woman who's faced shadows and emerged whole. Today, I'm speaking at the Global Luxury Summit, sharing a story not of scandal, but of resilience boundaries and the power within us all. The audience industry leaders, designers, investors leans forward as I begin. A year ago, I stood at a crossroads. I say my voice clear, resonant. A crisis threatened my company, my family, my very sense of self. A priceless gem was stolen not by a stranger, but by someone I trusted. It forced me to confront hard truths about loyalty, about accountability. about the boundaries we set to protect what matters. I pause, letting the words settle. I don't mention Jake by name, nor the sapphire's lore, its whispered power to reveal truths to amplify desires, but I feel its hum guiding my words. Leadership isn't about perfection, I continue. It's about owning your mistakes, setting boundaries, and building something stronger from the ashes. The crowd nods, some scribbling notes, others whispering to colleagues. In the back, I spot Jake. His presence a quiet surprise. He's dressed simply a far cry from the borrowed suit at Lasserk, his face softer, more open. He's been in Philadelphia for 6 months, working a steady job as a barista attending gambling addiction treatment, and dating Melissa, a kind-hearted nurse who grounds him. His weekly calls with me, a boundary we both honor, are filled with small victories. A paid bill, a therapy breakthrough, a genuine laugh. Seeing him here supporting me feels like a bridge rebuilt, not with blind forgiveness, but with honesty and effort. The speech ends to warm applause, and I step off the stage, my silver pendant crafted in my boutique days, cool against my skin, grounding me when the sapphire's hum grows too loud. Celestial Gems is thriving, its stock up 23% since the crisis. Our security protocols now an industry benchmark. The Employee Crisis Fund, seeded with my contribution and matched by executives, has become a beacon supporting staff through personal hardships and earning us a feature in Forbes as a model of compassionate leadership. The Asian and European partnerships are stronger than ever, our Azure collection a global sensation. The sapphire, displayed only under armed guard, remains our crown jewel, its mystique, a quiet draw for those who sense its power. As I mingle with attendees, a familiar face emerges from the crowd. Vanessa Carlton, her elegance undimmed, but her eyes carrying a new weight. Dakota, she says, her voice softer than I expect. I owe you an apology. I blink, caught off guard. For what she smiles, a mix of regret and resolve. For judging you. That night at Lazark, I thought you were heartless, calling the police on your brother. But I've learned since then you did what was right for him. And for you. She pauses, glancing at her hands. I started a foundation for financial literacy inspired by Jake's story. If I'd known about his gambling, maybe I could have helped. Her words stir something in me, gratitude, but also a reminder of the ripple effects of truth. You didn't know, I say gently. None of us did not fully. But you're making a difference now. She nods, her smile warmer. You're tougher than you seem, Dakota. And kinder. As she walks away, I feel the sapphires hum, a soft affirmation that truth, even painful, can heal. Vanessa's foundation, Jake's progress, my company's recovery. They're threads in a tapestry I didn't expect to weave. I step outside for air, the Chicago skyline glittering under a twilight sky. Jake joins me, his hands in his pockets, a hesitant smile on his face. Good speech, he says, his voice free of the bitterness that once defined us. I'm proud of you, sis. The words, simple but sincere, meant something I thought was broken forever. I'm proud of you, too, I reply, meaning it. You're building something real in Philly. He shrugs, but his eyes shine. Trying. Melissa helps. So does therapy. And I'm sorry, Dakota, for everything. I nod the weight of his apology, settling like a long-awaited exhale. We're past apologies now, I say. It's about moving forward. Our parents are changing too slowly. Family counseling, though, tense at first, has opened old wounds to heal them. They've admitted their role in enabling Jake, their higher expectations of me, and we're learning to talk without blame. Our weekly calls, another boundary, are cautious but honest, a fragile new foundation. Jake and I stand in silence, the city's pulse syncing with ours, and I feel the sapphire's hum softer now, like a friend stepping back but never leaving. I think of the shadows that still linger, the vault, Hack, the burner phone, the man at Lasserk. Olivia's investigation traced the hack to a now defunct shell company, a dead end that smells of deliberate cover up. Gemstone International. Our rival has been too quiet, their sudden interest in Jake's fake resume, a question mark I can't ignore. The Sapphire's vision's shadowed hands, a glowing gem, haven't returned, but I sense they're waiting a test of my newfound strength. I'm not afraid. The Sapphire taught me to see truths, to trust the power within me, and I'll be ready when the shadows move again. Back in my hotel room, I sit by the window, the city a canvas of light and shadow. I compare relationships to gems. As I did in my speech, they're forged under pressure, their beauty revealed by cutting away flaws. Jake, my parents. My company, they're imperfect like me, but that's where their value lies. The Sapphire, with its whispered power, showed me that strength isn't about avoiding cracks, but embracing them. I touch my pendant, its simplicity a contrast to the Sapphire's grandeur and smile. The hum is faint now, a reminder rather than a call, and I know I've changed not just as a leader or a sister, but as a woman who owns her power flaws and all. I am Dakota, no longer defined by betrayal or ambition, but by the courage to face both. The city hums below a song of resilience, and I feel at peace, ready for whatever comes next. The shadows may still be out there, their strings taut, but I've cut the ones that bound me. This is my story, my triumph, and I'll write its next chapter with the strength I've earned.